Hoya YouTubers, it's Andu, and I'm here to introduce a new sub-channel to my channel, a new stream of videos that I'm going to be doing. Now, it's been a while since I've uploaded any videos. I have a lot that I've recorded. I haven't had a lot of time to edit them or put them together, and some of the videos I've been working on need one more segment that is held up by technical issues with the project, something like that. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of things, and I am currently taking a break out of a Star Trek Voyager marathon to talk to you about something kind of related. Now, for Christmas, Katniss got me a wonderful gift, a prescription to Star Trek Starships. And what that is a very cool subscription. Well, it's actually called Star Trek The Official Starships Collection, and the way it works is there's a group that's making a collection of 70 starships that are very nice replicas of the ships, various popular or well-known iconic craft from Star Trek. And it's a very cool thing, and I was so happy. I asked for it for Christmas. I didn't think I would actually get it. And I'm going to start here with the first ship that I received. It was not the first one, but it was issue number 3, and it is the Klingon Bird of Prey. Now, this is a very iconic vessel from all of Star Trek. And here you can see the box it came in. Now, this one didn't come in a plastic wrapping, but some do. I don't know if that's, if they regularly come with or without the wrapping. But here's the box that it's in. Of course, the Star Trek Enterprise Arrowhead, which was later adapted for the whole fleet. It says here Star Trek Voyager, Deep Space Nine, The Next Generation, Star Trek Enterprise. And I think it'll cover all the series. There's a few more, actually. Or is it just one more? I'm not even going to bother thinking about it. We're just here to talk about the ship. So anyway, right here, well packaged in this plastic bubble, I'm going to remove the top and take it apart. The ship is held in very securely, which is nice. And inside, once I get through the bubble, okay, I'm going to set that aside over here. And what we have is, I'm going to be careful with it, we have a plastic base, or metal base, that I'm not actually going to bother taking out right now. In there you can see the base here and the arm over here. I'm going to set that aside as well, because this is what's important. This is the ship model itself. Now, I thought these would be like micro machines, about this big, nothing super impressive, but they're very nice, and they are plenty big. You can see next to my hand, this Bird of Prey. These are supposed to be hand-painted, and they are die-cast, so they are made of metal, but this isn't quite something like the Tailwinds planes that I have. I don't want to go out of frame to grab one of those, but those are made of a heavy metal, maybe a steel. This is, as my dad explained it, kind of a pot metal. It's soft. I can see here, as far as the craftsmanship goes, they did an excellent level of detail. But there are some things that are a little lacking. For instance, back here, there's no detail on the engine exhaust grill. Now, the wings, of course, are fixed. The Klingon Bird of Prey itself has wings that swing up and down, but this is a model. This is just meant to be displayed. Now, looking at it, it definitely looks like it could be hand-painted, so they probably are, since that's what they advertise. The detail is quite nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to just break on me, but I certainly don't want to drop this. In fact, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but I can actually bend these disruptors. It's a pot metal. It's nothing super durable, but these should be just fine sitting on a shelf. And so this is actually really cool. It is made from several pieces glued together. I can hear something shifting a little bit, so it's a lot like the Hot Wheels cars, just out of the old pot metal they used to make those out of. And this has swooshability. Notice I'm holding this very tightly because I don't want to drop it, but okay, they don't actually make that particular noise, but you get it. These could be fun to play with, but you have to be careful with it. So it's got a little heft to it. It's a light metal. It looks very, very nice. The level of detail is very acceptable. I am much more pleased with this than I was expecting because, again, I expected little things. Like, I had a micro machine that was plastic of one of these ships in the past, and I ended up breaking it over years of playing with it. But this is much bigger, much more satisfying. This will be very cool on a shelf. And what I'm going to show you next is I'm going to set this aside. Let's see here. I'm going to set it on the ground so it doesn't fall. What I also have here is, in addition to the model itself, these issues come with a magazine all about the specific ship itself. Now, this is, again, issue number 3. It says 4th Nightly. I don't know if this is based in the UK or not, but I won't be too surprised. It does say here, maybe the company is based there. It says UK, €9.99, Euros, Malta, $15.99, a few other things. Australia, New Zealand, $19.99, US $20. Eagle Moss Collections, B-Rel class, launched 23rd century, length 193 meters, number of decks 6. And you open it up, and inside we've got some technical stuff about the ship, a lot of nice views, some screen captures, important appearances in the show. This is from one of the Star Trek movies. This is episode 4, The Voyage Home. Now, these aren't exactly, you know, like off-the-shelf collector magazine quality. The images aren't super sharp or defined, but again, they're screen captures. This is a startup company, and I'm pretty sure, and these are definitely an acceptable quality. And wing positions, it talks about how the wings move up and down. I've only skimmed through this, but there's some really cool stuff. And a lot of it is stuff that people who are fans of the show will already know. Here are some nice views of the ship, but it's still very nicely done. It's a nice reference. What's most interesting to me is the parts talking about where the ship design came from. For instance, in here they talk about how Leonard Nimoy, who I believe was the director of that movie, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm getting out of this. The Bird of Prey was meant to be a Romulan ship, and so when they changed the villains from the Romulans to the Klingons, it kept a lot of design features, like the Bird of Prey design under the wings and stuff like that. And he wanted it to swoop in and attack like a bird of prey. So there you got the name and the way that the wings fold down, as you can see in some of these images. And of course, the original studio model they were all very happy with, but this, well, it's called the study model, the kind of the preliminary design. It lacked a bunch of details, but you know the wings in this case were folded down. You can see they can fold up and down. And here they even show a Klingon cruiser from the earlier shows. And over here they've got the Bird of Prey markings on the Bird of Prey. And then over here they've got the Bird of Prey markings on the Romulan Bird of Prey. So this is just a very nice magazine. I'm glad to have it. And I have to tell you, I am very happy to have this subscription. It's a lot of fun. At the end it talks about what's coming next. So issue number 4 is the Enterprise NX-01. At least that's what I think it is, based on the fact that it says coming next, and this is issue 3. And at the very end, it has a page dedicated to all the appearances of the ship. So here it talks about Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, where it was introduced. Star Trek The Next Generation, A Matter of Honor. It's got some trivia stuff. Very, very well done. Not the utmost highest quality, but it's a very nice quality for what it is. I am very happy to have this ship. I will pick it up again. Cool stuff. I plan to do this for all of them, so long as I am subscribed. It is kind of a pricey subscription, but, you know, 70 ships later, I'm going to have these in a nice case somewhere, wherever Katniss and I decide to build or settle down. So, very pretty ship. Very happy to have it. Not sure if I'm going to put it up on the shelf as yet. Now, as far as other editions of this, it took a long time for this to get here. Maybe it was being shipped from overseas, I'm not sure, but I did get 2 in that box. The next one was the Enterprise NCC 1701, and this was the A version when it went through the refit. So it went through the refit. It wasn't actually the It wasn't actually the A model, but it was the first ship that in that form, and then the ship was destroyed, and the next ship looked exactly the same, but it had the A designation. You can see I'm trying to protect my credibility as a Trekkie to all of you Trekkies out there. A lot of this stuff, like the trivia in there, I was already familiar with, but I wanted to share it. Now I'm going to stop trying to save face. Anyway, I really wanted to do a video on this. However, this came broken. You can see this did come in the plastic wrap. I'm going to be returning this for a new one. I thought of keeping it and trying to fix it, but for the price and for the quality, I really have decided I'm going to send it back in, because when it came, then you'll see the nacelles here don't look quite the same. This nacelle snapped, probably in shipping. I don't know how. Now I'll note that the box isn't really well padded or anything. They just had a little bit of tissue paper in between a couple of the things, but it is disappointing to see that this is snapped, even though it's in a very hard protective, well, kind of a hard protective case with plenty of crush space. I don't know if it left their facility like that or not. I hope it didn't, but it might be able to be fixed. But since it's not a really high quality metal, I'm thinking I'll just return it and see if I can get a new one, because adhesives will probably work better, or probably won't work as well on this because it's a low quality metal. There was some sticky stuff on here. This was sticking to the magazine. I'm going to keep the Enterprise magazine because it's listed on the invoice as a different item. But this stuck to it. This actually didn't come off of the magazine, thank goodness, but I'm careful how I put these back in the box now. This was going to be the next one. I know another one has showed up at home with my parents, where these are all being sent, since that's a permanent address. I'm moving around a little bit right now. I'm very happy to have this stuff. I'm going to stop ranting now. Thank you very much for watching. I will be doing more Nerf videos in the upcoming future, but I am, of course, quite busy with a few things. I was at a robotics competition today, not competing, but just looking, recording with a camera, talking to a few people I have known for years and don't get to see very often. I've been working with my Civil Air Patrol Squadron, a lot of work in school, all sorts of things, trying to make plans for the next couple of years. So that's all I've got for now. As always, thank you very much for watching, and keep your steak on the ice.